Hello, this is Katie Thompson, and welcome to my individual collaborative change patterns presentation entitled Words Matter. Here you can view the Words Matter YouTube presentation. In this presentation, I'll be walking you through an introduction, followed by my process, my affinity diagram and mind map, the instructive visuals I created based on those, how I'm applying this information, my conclusions, and my references and appendix. So let's get started. Dr. Katie and Kathy Dannemiller wrote a chapter in the book, Practicing Organization Development, and in that chapter, they make this foundational statement. What we mean by the term whole system transformation is more than simply a change that affects the entire system. It means that the entire system is involved in creating itself anew. The focus then moves from imposing change on a system or organization to enabling or allowing the system to transform itself. I realized throughout this project that any change begins with an invitation, and that invitation can either be received as such, or, based on the words used, can be received as an imposition. So our goal in OD is to ensure that individuals are invited into change, not imposed upon. So our key question is, how can organizations offer an invitation rather than an imposition? And the answer is simple. Based on what I found in this project, organizations can make an invitation simply through its choice of words. Words have a lot of power. We're going to talk about some of the positives and negatives that can happen with the power of words. First, let's talk about the positives. Words have the power to bring life. They can bring creativity, connection, victory, understanding, and community. But words can also bring death, and they can exclude. They can create stagnation, division, defeat, confusion, and competition. Through the reading resources and tools in this project, it led me to make three observations about the words of collaborative change. First, whole-scale collaborative change methods use a common set of words. Secondly, the word choice is critical in producing positive outcomes. And lastly, these words are reflective in the OD belief in human potential. In terms of starting my process, I first read about 10 different whole-scale change methods. 9 of those were from the Collaborative Change Library, and 1 was from The Power of Liberating Structures. The 10 methods that I studied were abundant community and open space, appreciative inquiry and World Cafe, applied improvisation and liberating structures, future search and collaborative arts, and graphic facilitation and integrated autonomy. So after choosing those methods, I was ready to get started. In terms of my expectations, well, I didn't really have any. I kind of started as a blank slate. I had never conducted some of the methods or processes that were required in this assignment, so I really had a blank slate to start with. But I was given that starting point to create an affinity diagram and then move to a mind map. So I basically just jumped in and got to work. I started with the affinity diagram, and I would describe that as moving from chaos to clarity. I felt and probably looked a lot like this photograph. I started by writing down on sticky notes anything that stood out to me as significant as I read about the 10 methods for whole-scale change. It was essentially a mass export of information. Then I took those sticky notes and I sorted them into the 8 design elements that were given to us. Those design elements included the invitation, purpose, system, experience, technology, evidence, values, and mastery. If you'd like to see my affinity diagram, that is located in Appendix A. Then I moved on to my mind map. And I did this one design element at a time. So instead of transferring all of my information from the affinity diagram, I really tried to look for keywords, and I consolidated that info into a concise and meaningful mind map. I also chose not to recreate my mind map electronically. Although I understand where that might be helpful or valuable, I also understand the value in the artistic kind of free form that mind maps are intended to be. So that's why I chose to keep mine this way. The words that stood out to me the most and really formed the basis for my mind map were words like develop, stimulate, focus, engage, connect, trust, responsibility, and practice. And as stated from the start, these words matter. And those words informed my instructive visuals. My instructive visuals focus on 2 of the 8 design elements, the invitation and the purpose. That quote that we often hear, that a picture is worth 1,000 words, is pretty accurate in terms of my instructive visuals. In many organizations, change isn't really offered as an invitation. Instead, it is imposed. When it's imposed, the words are often accusatory and demanding and isolating. As you can see from this finger pointing in this picture, individuals, when change is imposed, often hear, "You need to change. You need to fix this." And you can feel that within this image. But whole-scale change methods work to create an invitation rather than an imposition. And this is where the words matter. The words are encouraging and connecting. My mind map showed me that these invites usually include the words developing or focusing on something like these 2 individuals. So these invitations should be inviting people to develop vision, to develop conversation, to develop solutions, to focus on connection, on positivity, on citizenship. And once the invitation is made, the whole-scale change method needs a clear purpose. Unfortunately, purpose in many organizations is often siloed and lonely and just very outcome-driven. As you can see here, these individuals are each feeling lost as they're working towards their own purpose. But whole-scale change methods use words to create shared purpose. My mind map revealed foundational words like stimulate and improve. This brings people together in shared purpose. They're stimulating creativity and engagement. They're improving systems thinking and communication, cooperation, knowledge sharing. This is the purpose in whole-scale systems change methods. So how can I apply this information? First, I have now a deep awareness that OD's belief in human potential calls for ways to involve as many voices as possible in the change process. Additionally, I now have affinity diagramming and mind mapping to use as tools in my toolbox. I can use them for creative thinking, and I can use them to capture my own ideas or the ideas of many people. I intend to use these in the very near future. In 2 weeks, as I start my job with Bowling Green Economic Development, I intend to use mind mapping to create a shared vision for economic development. I'm going to bring all the stakeholders together and capture all of the ideas in one place. I can't wait to use that tool in this way. Additionally, I intend to use mind mapping to help me make connections. I was able to see the words that were used in these methods over and over and over again because of my affinity diagramming and mind mapping. I loved this quote from an article called Mind Mapping for Innovation that says they allow you to view a great many elements all at once, thus increasing the probability of creative association and integration, and consequently, innovation. And don't we all want to be more innovative? So I intend to use mind maps in order to make those connections, which will allow me to be more innovative. And then I will use my instructive visuals, the ones that I've created here in this presentation, as an easy reminder of how to create an invitation and a purpose within whole scale change. I'll also be creating new visuals in the future for a quick reference and reminder for myself and my team. In conclusion, I want to recap the 4 parts of this patterns presentation. First, let's start with my intentions. Honestly, with most projects, I begin by reading, and then I write a paper, and then I move on. And that's kind of how I set out to do this project, but very quickly after I got into the instructions, I realized that that was not going to work for this project. So then we moved into my reality. And through creating the affinity diagram and the mind map, I feel like now I have this ever-growing mind map happening in my head where I'm making new connections, where I'm seeing the branches expand, and I can't wait to continue to use that tool and also just to expand on this wealth of information that I've been given within this Patterns project. Thirdly, I have learned a massive amount through this project. But most of all, to sum it up, I've learned that OD uses meaningful words and meaningful methods, and they work together to create meaningful change. And lastly, number 4, how am I going to apply this information? Well, there are numerous ways that I'll apply it, but in short, I will be using mind maps for innovation, and I now have a wealth of change methods that can be simple and effective to use. Thank you so much for engaging in this Words Matter Patterns presentation, and that concludes the presentation. Here is my list of references if you would like to take a look at those. And this is Appendix A, my affinity diagram, sticky notes all over my bedroom walls.